I can again say that, burning all the midnight oil during my NEET examinations, studying for endless hours, even now, of course, we burn the midnight oil even now, we study for hours even now. That is something, a part and parcel of a medical student. You cannot run away from that because medical school has always been challenging. Hello guys. So as the title would have suggested, by now you must have understood that why am I actually posting this video and what exactly is going to be there in this. So I will be sharing my experience during my first clinical postings, and that is exactly 4 months back. So I wanted this memory to be permanently imprinted on my mind, hence I am filming this video. So without further delay, let's get started then. For the people who have been newly a part of this journey along with me in my clinical rotations as well as my medical journey, I'll be just letting you know that this is Achyut Murari from second year of MBBS of Osmania Medical College, Hyderabad. The whole MBBS course is of 5 years currently, and 1 year goes for an internship, and the first year goes for your preclinical subjects, that is anatomy, physiology and biochemistry. So you will be actually being exposed to the hospital scenario right from your second year, and you will be having the subjects like pathology, microbiology and pharmacology, which will be dealing with the hospital inclined or the clinically inclined subjects. And from henceforth you will be exposed to the various scenarios in the hospitals, how are you taking the history or so. So what do we actually do in the clinical rotations, or why are we actually being posted there despite knowing nothing? This is a common question which many of the people have asked in the comment section and also have personally messaged me. Yes, for the ones who've been thinking of entering into the medical school, especially in India, I'll just make sure that you are clear with the idea that in the second year of your MBBS, I do not know about any other course, of course. From the second year of your MBBS, you have been exposed to the hospital scenario so as to understand with what are the conditions a specific subject is reaching to the hospital and how should your approach be. Especially in the second year, you need to be concentrating more on the history taking, about which I've actually made a whole vlog in the pediatrics ward, that how have we tried to extract the history from a lady who has been presenting with certain sort of illness into the hospital scenario. Why are we taking history? Just to get a clear picture of what is the cause of a specific disease or the pain to the subject. While you're taking history, you need to be correlating your medical knowledge from a particular subject to all the other subjects throughout your medical course. For instance, if at all a person is reaching to you with a hepatomegaly, that is enlarged liver, you need to first be observing them, taking a clear history, then palpating it, that is just touching it and understanding the boundaries of the liver, and then you need to be correlating it with what are the clinical symptoms or what are the diseases which would be leading to hepatomegaly. So there can be a whole spectrum of diseases out of which would be impacting the size of liver. You need to be estimating all those spectrum of diseases. So that is exactly what we do in our second years, because we cannot diagnose exactly a disease in just in a second year of your MBBS. You need to be understanding the whole range of diseases which might be leading to a specific cause. So this was a small gist of what exactly a clinical rotation for us is. Professors usually ask us questions directly in front of the subject or the patient about what is the exact disease. Just for instance, a patient with malaria, that is the most common disease, especially in Hyderabad, because it's a mosquito prone zone. Okay, so a malaria patient can easily be identified with mere symptoms like he has fever and chills in the every alternative day or every 3 days or so. That is, so the professors will be asking us question that what is a disease. So malaria, we'll be answering them, then they will be asking us questions about malaria, what is malaria, causative organisms, classifications of malaria, causes, etiological factors, pathogenesis, and prophylaxis, if at all, whatever you know, and all that. So in this way, it is kind of really interesting. It is a multidisciplinary act, and I really feel blessed about entering into a hospital scenario right from your second year, which basically reminds us that we one day will be becoming doctors. It is just the most sweetest and most heartfelt realizations you can actually get. So for a typical second year student of MBBS studying in India, the clinical postings they will be having are 3 subjects, that is general medicine, general surgery and gynecology and obstetrics. So all these 3 subjects will be dealing within their own self and will be imparting their own knowledge to the students. But unfortunately, we had the longest term of the first year because of COVID-19. We were stuck at our homes, and the usual academic calendar got disrupted for us. But as soon as the lockdowns were lifted up, we were the first students who were called to the medical colleges back. Hence, we were going to the rotations all again. So the first rotation which we got for us was of community medicine, which is one of the largest subjects in your third year. So community medicine, as the name suggests, basically deals with the whole condition of the patient, especially it's a community-wise study. I have very honest and raw opinions about it. Firstly, when I got to know that we had community medicine postings, I was not at all comfortable with that, because I used to feel that community medicine is such a lagging subject. It does not have much clinical exposure. It has a lot of uninteresting topics also. But when once I was into the field, so we were being taken to a village nearby. It's an urban slum, and there we'll be actually understanding the whole family infrastructure and also the family schedule, like what are the conditions which is leading to chronic diabetes for them or chronic hypertension. So we try to record all these information in a proper format, present it to our professors, then they will be asking questions and also imparting us some of the knowledge. Because taking the same example, if at all you are being affected by malaria, then it is not just giving a treatment but rather even the prevention, because prevention always is better than cure, and community medicine exactly does the prevention rather than concentrating on the cure. So if at all a patient is being repeatedly affected with malaria, he or she is actually staying in an area which is mosquito prone, so they need to be acting immediately towards it. Maybe there's a piling up of garbage, maybe there's stagnant water or so. So we need to be understanding those etiological scenarios and note them down, understand the geographical location, the topographical location, and come up with solid conclusions about why actually is the disease being caused over there. It was a fun thing. We had a lot of field trips. We had a lot of interaction despite having the fear of pandemic. Then we were next given the clinical rotation of radiology. Usually having radiology or community medicine or pediatrics for a second year student is a little rare, but due to change in the courses and a lot of things happening in the board of medical education in India, we've been given a preclinical exposures for this. So we've been having radiology postings, and that was literally awesome, guys. I have to say that we got our hands upon doing an x-ray, and I literally ended up doing an x-ray for almost 3 to 4 people. That is something really, really rare in a highly populous country, especially in India. I really felt much obliged to be doing that and understanding the beauty of bones inside our body. How are they being broken, or how are they being formed, how are they being disrupted, and what are the other issues. Even any other issues with your visceral organs, that is stomach, uterus. Well, there are many things which you need to be considering in that. Getting my hands upon the x-ray machine, explaining the subject or the patient how to stand and how to exactly get a PA view, that is an posterior anterior view or an anterior posterior view, a Waters view, or whatsoever it is. So each and every type of x-ray we have been taking, may it be the abdominal one, may it be the pelvic one, may it be the skull, or may it be your exactly the chest part or so. Something which was most interesting in that was the ultrasonography. I have always felt ultrasonography to be a typical black and white movie, but while we were actually trying to get our hands upon the ultrasonography, we understood the paramount importance of it. We were able to decipher varicose veins, we were able to decipher hematomas, we were able to decipher many other clinical conditions also. Then we entered into the pediatrics, about which I made a whole long vlog, about which I just cannot emphasize enough how well I felt. So tell me your opinion about the postings, yeah.
So they were really exciting. Yeah, we learned a lot.
Each and every bit are there already in my vlog. You can check it out in here already, because it's just something I cannot forget. Now we have been posted into ophthalmology, and I'll be very sure to make a vlog even out of it. You can easily check it out, the vlog on my channel very soon. We have been posted onto the Sarojini Devi Eye Hospital, which is one of the best eye hospitals in the entire South India. Sarojini Devi Eye Hospital holds the importance of being one of the very amazing palliative care you can ever imagine, because eye is supposed to be a very sensitive region, and you need to be taking utmost importance, utmost care, so as to provide a proper diagnosis, proper treatment to such a small and very sensitive part of your body. What I need to say about my experience till now, all I can have to say is we thoroughly loved every bit of it despite of having physical exertion. That is something I really wanted to note down, because we will be having a lot of physical exertion, because our college, especially the Usmania Medical College, has its 9 separate hospitals for each and every individual organ as such. For instance, there is Sarojini Devi Eye Hospital for eyes, there is Government Chest Hospital for chest, which are far away from the actual Usmania General Hospital. So we have a lot of traveling, which includes to move from the college to a hospital, then back to the college, then move to a laboratory, then work over there, then coming back to have our practicals, getting our labs done, getting our records done, then listening to a whole bunch of lectures, then reaching back home, and then studying, and then of course for me filming a video. I need to say that it was worth it, because when you have been a part of such a group of people who are highly knowledgeable, and you have been provided with the information from one of the highly acknowledged doctors, it gives you a great clinical exposure. I can again say that burning all the midnight oil during my NEET examinations, studying for endless hours, even now, of course, we burn the midnight oil even now, we study for hours even now. That is something, a part and parcel of a medical student. You cannot run away from that, because medical school has always been challenging. But it's also fun, because you have been getting the opportunity of reaching to many corners of the human body, which probably is not possible for a person who is not a part of the medical curriculum. So I've been loving that lately. There are many interesting parts yet coming on to my own life, and I am super excited for that. So after ophthalmology, we have been posted towards otorhinolaryngology, typically speaking ENT, ears, nose and throat. So there is much more interesting parts coming over there, because the government ENT hospital to which we'll be reaching has massive influx of patients suffering from various genetic infectious diseases. Okay, so there is both infectious diseases as well as genetic diseases, and especially in the winter seasons of Hyderabad usually gives a huge surge for infectious diseases, especially to your nose and throat. It's not all about studying in your medical school. There's a lot of other things associated with it. There are studies, but apart from that, there is more importantly a life ahead. So we'll be updating you about my clinical postings and my further medical journey in this channel. So make sure you're tuning in till the right time. Till then, take care, stay safe. Bye bye.